You will never, ever, 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 ever hear me utter one bad word about this man. Today, friends, we are talking about the brilliant mastermind. No other person on the face of this earth or in the history of time was meant for this role more so than this man. Oh, my heart. I love him, love him, love him, love him. Schulz and Peanuts, a biography. Love it so much. Could not love this man anymore or this novel anymore, this biography anymore. Thank you so much, David Michaelis. Thank you. You did a superb job. I read this book, Audible version, and I was listening so intently at everything, how these characters came about. Brilliant mind. And he didn't think he had a brilliant mind, but oh, what a talent this guy had. Phenomenal. So I was listening. Oh my goodness, how can a person be so profound in your own life? Tell me that there isn't a person out there that was not affected by this man, whether you like Charlie Brown, Peanuts, or not. I have such fond memories of this experience of Charlie Brown. And just think of these names. Each and every name that he chose for each and every character. There really could be no other name. Franklin could not be a Stephen. It wouldn't have worked. And Charlie Brown could not have been a Tommy. It wouldn't have worked. Do you see what I'm saying? Every single element of this cartoon strip, every single, was spot on. He did everything right. Everything right. Let me tell you about this book. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Charles Schulz was born, I believe, in 1922, November. He was born the son of a barber. And he knew very, very early on in life what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a comic strip writer because the Sunday ritual in his house was that his father and he would get together and over coffee read the Sunday comic strips. And that was so alluring and enticing to him. He knew from the get-go that is what he wanted to do. Little did he know that was his calling in life and that he would be the cream of the crop when it comes to comic strip writing. Charles Schulz luckily knew what he wanted to do, but had not a clue how profound his skills actually were. So I am bringing to you this book for the 25 books in the month of June. We are on day 15, friends, day 15. I could not let this segment or series of books pass without mentioning such a phenomenal human being. Have you not had a Charlie Brown Halloween? Have you not had a Charlie Brown Christmas? Have you not had a Charlie Brown Valentine's? all of these cartoons and comic strips have played a dominant role in my life. Charles Schulz, the day he passed, here's the irony of that. The book fell in my lap, and I said, I've always liked this cartoon, comic strip. I don't know anything about the man, Sparky, who was named after a spark plug by his uncle. Don't know much about him. I do know that he is a mastermind. He might not have thought he was, but in my eyes, he certainly was. I could remember being in 3rd grade, doing math, doing history, doing whatever, and in the back of my mind, the wheels are turning. Charlie Brown Halloween is coming on tonight. Can't wait to see that. Or Charlie Brown Valentine's special's coming on. Can't wait to watch that later on tonight. I don't know. It's a great feeling. The time finally arrives. Your mom makes you popcorn, sits you in front of the TV, not too close because you'll hurt your eyes. And you begin to watch, and your eyes are glued to the TV. And then when it's over, you were like, somehow, in some way, my life now feels complete. A lot of you might not be big on autobiographies, and that is fine. I am big on autobiographies, unbiographies, because it's how I tick. I don't know. I just feel like if you have ever sat down to watch a Charlie Brown cartoon, do you not owe it to the creator who brought you that entertainment, who brought you that happiness? Do you not owe it to him to find out what he went through? What was his life like? Was it happy? Was it sad? Was it horrible? What were all of the elements of his life that led to this moment where he put forth such greatness in the world? That's my day 15. When something touches your heart, don't stop there. Investigate. Delve in to the full experience. Go beyond what you are seeing. Get the backhand story. Find out what's happening. Charles Schulz Peanuts. David Michaelis. You will not read a better biography. So I'm going to finish my thought. When I did the audible version of this, I was downstairs in the parlor. I was cleaning parlor, living room, listening to every word intently. When the moment of truth arrived, and they were mentioning how Charles Schulz, Sparky, was dying of colon cancer, and that he did pass peacefully in his sleep. I thought, oh, thank God, because wouldn't we all just like to go that way? Thank God he went soundly. He deserved that. And as they were describing his passing, I have no shame in saying I shed some tears. I was heartbroken. If he could live forever, I would want him to live forever. I was heartbroken when he passed away. So on February 13th, the world read their last official Charlie Brown comic strip. And let me tell you, with that information, my heart was low, 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 low. And I spent the rest of the day in deep thought, pondering all the happiness that this man brought into my world, and how sad I am to find out of his passing through this book. The next day, I got ready for work, and I got in the Jeep, and I began to go to work. And I had the radio on, which is a weird thing, because I never have the radio on. I always have specific music on. But I had the radio on that day, February 13th. And they said, we would like to take this time to reflect Charles Schulz, who passed away so many years ago, yesterday, February 12th, 2000. I thought, what irony that I would actually complete that audiobook on the same day that he actually passed. I felt like it was kind of a mourning for me in doing so. I don't know. But not to reflect on the negative of this story, actually to praise the brilliance of a life. This is why I am recommending Schulz. David Michaelis did a phenomenal job in this biography, so much so that I knew for sure this book had to be on my shelf. So I did go ahead and order it. Loved it. Every single sentence, every single word. Loved it. Charles M. Schulz, the most widely syndicated and beloved cartoonist of all time, is also one of the least understood figures in American culture. Now acclaimed biographer David Michaelis gives us the first full-length biography of the brilliant, unseen man behind Peanuts. At once a creation story, a portrait of a native genius, and a chronicle contrasting the private man with the central role he played in shaping the national imagination. It is the most American of stories, how a barber's son grew up from modest beginnings to realize his dream of creating a newspaper comic strip, how he daringly chose themes never before attempted in mainstream cartoons: loneliness, isolation, melancholy, the unending search for love, always lightening the darker side with laughter and mingling the old-fashioned sweetness of childhood with a very adult and modern awareness of the bitterness of life, and how, using a light-hearted, loving touch, a crow quill pen dipped in ink, and a cast of memorable characters, he portrayed the struggles that come with being awkward, imperfect, and human. With Peanuts, Schulz profoundly influenced America in the second half of the 20th century. But the humorous strip was anchored in the collective experience and hardships of the artist's generation, the generation that survived the Great Depression, liberated Europe and the Pacific, and came home to build the prosperous post-war world. Michaelis masterfully weaves Schulz's story with the cartoons that are so familiar to us, revealing how so much more of his life was part of the strip than we ever knew. Based on years of research, including exclusive interviews with the cartoonist's family, friends, and colleagues, unprecedented access to his studio and business archives, and new caches of personal letters and drawings, Schulz and Peanuts is the definitive epic biography of an American icon and the unforgettable characters he created. I agree 1000%. Take some time out of your busy day to find out about Sparky. Well, friends, that is my video for today. I thank you so much for joining me. I wish you much love, happiness, and laughter. Hope your day is beautiful and your thoughts are glorious and wonderful. Know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and be drinking that water. Bye, friends.